Hey everybody, very good morning. Welcome back to the pre-market outlook discussion for the date of 23rd July. This is 2026 year. Yesterday's close was happened comfortably below 24,000 for the bus. So the bearish trend has been continued for the second day in a row, includes yesterday's. What it indicates, you can just look over the things what happened yesterday. Yes, of course, this is again after 8th of July's one that was happened on Wednesday. Yesterday's one, 22nd of July, also happened on Wednesday. Based on this Wednesday's behavior, we have found that is working as a core and directing the next few sessions at least till the high and low ranges are getting broken, which was occurring during this Wednesday's kind of behavior oriented outcomes. So that can be now seen how it will be directing the market, what happened when compared to the previous sessions, and particularly why these crucial moments and are being recorded on charts, particularly on this Wednesday, like that things and all through the way of showing or displaying the chart. Now we can discuss. Kindly be on. See, this is what the Nifty chart, and you can actually, we have not modified any trend line based plottings we have drawn, and the horizontal lines and all you can just ignore that and all for the different purpose. And these trend line what we have drawn and all clearly will make you understand and get the clarity about the next moment or next phase of or next direction of the markets. Like, see, in that manner, you just look out the short-term trend line what we have drawn. From these 8th July's high and low to the recent, before that means the recent high when it has made 17th of July last Friday. By taking that low point, we have drawn an ascending trend line, and by taking the 8th July's high, we have drawn the descending sloping trend line. So based on the both trend line we have drawn here, the market has not given up the behavior to close below till Tuesday of this particular week. But you just look the Wednesday's behavior like this 8th July's one, even though the yesterday's one was inside the 8th July high and low range, somewhat it is trying to give the way for the bears to continue till the next supports are getting found comfortably. The next support means exactly, of course, this is the support of the overall range what the Nifty is currently having. 23,800. The markets may be attempting near to this 23,800 or anywhere between 23,800 to 23,900 zone. The probability may be getting increased to find the support. So there is no single point of clue that the market is going to have the continued downtrend, like as long as this Nifty is holding this particular 8th July's low as support, high as resistance. Of course, we can agree that the markets are currently, based on the volatility, based on the behavior and the volume strength and backing through the buying volume and the selling volume in all the way, the markets are not comfortably trading now. It is feeling the heat of selling while attempting to rise, and of course, it is also finding an opportunity to attract buying on the lows. So both ways the markets are being range bound for the recent sessions after 8th July's one. Anyhow, again insisting the point that the single clue is not there, the markets probably getting continued on the downside, like even though the geopolitical tensions and tariff oriented things and all. Yes, that means the day before yesterday's one was on the pharmaceutical industry. So other regional or other country oriented pharmaceuticals may get a hit because of the higher tariff the US president is mulling and announces the tariff is no longer for the 2 years at least for the US based companies on the generic drugs. So these and all a favorable one for US, but unfavorable for the pharma stocks across the world, including those who are depending on US sales like India. So in that manner, if the things and all getting confirmation means it should comfortably close below this 8th July low. That is what? 23,805 until it is keep holding. No one can think about the continuation on the selling will be happening like, but after a daily close below this 23,800 only, one can think of the trend probably expected to continue towards 23,700 to decide where it is getting a direction after reaching the interim support, that means interim behavior zone of 23,700. So this 23,700, no need to explain further as we have many times discussed about this point. But once it closes below 23,700 means where only we have discussed based on the behavior that the probability will be very much higher to reach this particular support zones of 23,100, and moreover this may not be a strong one to protect the fall if the Nifty closes below 23,700 here. Then what we can expect? This particular low can be expected to retest 22,182. Around 22,200 also one can set. So that is the only one thing the market may attempt in case if it fails to hold 23,700 here as mentioned on daily time frame basis close. Okay, that's and all actually as discussed earlier. No need of a deeper explanations or discussions over the correction point what we are expecting, like because there is no single point of signal or indications or clue for that particular moment. Anyhow, the markets, as long as trading in between yesterday's high and low, that was 24,166 and 23,961. One can see the next range would be this one. So the markets may be probably consolidating without any proper direction between the yesterday's high and low that can be marked and take a trading decision on either it is Nifty or Sensex or any other sectors also. As long as Nifty holding or trading in between this range, the consolidation probably getting continued. By the signal or by the behavior outcome where it is giving a break, where one can see the continuation on the same side until the 8th July's low getting approached may be happening. So in case if the 23,961 getting broken means either today or tomorrow, whatever may be, you can see the 23,800 may be getting probably achieved or probably approached to find the support. Only one option, if it is not finding support and closing below the 23,800 as 8th July is low, only you have to get awareness as well as the caution should be applied after this close. Even a single day of close also can be treated as a signal, and caution should be very highly applied where one should not hold any long positions, whether it is cash segment or derivative segment, particularly for the short-term traders, one all expecting any bounce back or winning movements on the markets, like only after getting a confirmation for consecutively closing below this 8th July's low, only you can see the confirmation on the downside, maybe getting probability will be higher there. But anyhow, this 23,700 will be the decider as an interim behavior zone. But here, after a close below 8th July, you have to be very cautious and be nil in the positions or lighter in the position if you are a risky trader. That's it. In case the Nifty closes below yesterday's low, means what one can expect, you can actually, by the way of taking a moderate risk, you can keep accumulating long positions by the way of holding or keeping 23,800 as support point, where between 23,960 and 23,800, 150 points of support and cushion for those who want to maintain the long positions alive. And once you feel the bounce back and are happening, of course, it is very must till the high is getting broken comfortably. Every highs happening between 23,960 to 24,160, 200 points should be utilized for reducing positions. Profit booking should be there. So every rise can be utilized as a profit booking zone. And anywhere between this 23,960 and 24,160, the markets want to consolidate, means it is better to concentrate on selected sectors under that selective stocks, and better to ignore approaching index oriented options or futures trade to protect your capital, because the erosion will be very higher there, and the markets also approaching the calendar month based expiry, and until it is having any break or direction, one can watch stock based options, and on cash segment also one can actually focus on swing trade kind of trading setups instead of focusing on the day trading. So these and all the strategies one can follow. So that's it based on the Nifty's chart based explanations for understanding better how to approach the market and get gained about this. We can now move to the pre-market. See, the markets are expected to open on a weak note, even though it is a flat. The caution is highly applied here. Also, one can follow the same for the trading setups for the day. While other markets are actually giving some Asian regions and are having a positive moment, and some regions over Europe and US are having some negativity over the market's moment. Overall, the mixed trends, even though there are, our markets actually, based on the behavioral analysis, we have found the continuity on the negative side may be happening, but anyhow, yesterday's low and high will be the directional oriented indicators one can have. Based on the break below or above, one can see the direction will be continuing on the same side until then the consolidation, as stated earlier, probably getting happen. From the positional aspect, as long as the 23,700 is held by the Nifty, chances are, rooms are there for bouncing back towards the 24,000 or above 24,000 zones. And as long as it is holding below 24,700, the range between 24,700 to 23,700 probably getting continued, where one can utilize sell on rise near to the 24,500. You can start there itself till 24,700 is getting attained. And buy on dips, one can start deploying around 23,800, 23,700 zones, and one can enjoy the bounces and all for the profit making opportunities. On the sectors front, today one can see the sectors with includes defensive oriented, that means FMCG, pharmaceuticals and all. But in this row, the pharma sector, including weak results announced by the Dr. Reddy, it may not be having a chance to move higher. So the pharma sector and the stocks under this may be focused to utilize for booking the profit or building the shorts. Only the FMCG, consumer durables, consumer discretionaries kind of stocks may be watched out for the long builders. Continuation on the behavior side, one can see the banking and financial stocks based on the yesterday's high and low break. One can see the direction will be continuing on the same as we have discussed for the Nifty. Automobiles with an intention to bounce back somewhat. Yesterday also it has attempted, but the continuation on the attempted may be somewhat doubtful here, and one can see the profit booking may drag the auto stocks lower. Real estate oriented stock may be continue attracting selling through the way of profit booking and short building. IT with the Legends results announcement for the June quarter, that is Infosys Technologies. So we can see the IT sector will be busy today also. The stocks which includes, major stocks includes Dr. Reddy Laboratories, Nestle India, IndusInd Bank, Adani Power are expected to create opportunities based on the earnings outcome they have already announced. Today's results includes Infosys, Interglobe Aviation, Cipla, Coromandel International, Emphasis, Chennai Petroleum Corporation, Motilal Oswal, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, Misho, Sona BLW Precision Forgings, Vishal Megamart, Indian Energy Exchange, IIFL Capital, PVR Inox are the core companies that are going to announce their June end quarter result. So that's it for the day in terms of pre-market oriented discussion. There's a query on JSW Steel. Since the metal sector, we have actually, as earlier stated, it is now consolidating with an attempt to bounce back, but every rise on the metal sector would be expected to attract selling. So based on yesterday's movement, it is very easy to break the yesterday's low of JSW Steel 1261. In case it even in the pre-market session itself, it has indicated that below only it has opened. But while sustaining at least 15 minutes below the yesterday's low, would create an opportunity for the short sellers to reach 1250 as the support or target point. Yesterday's high will be treated as a very clear resistance point for those who already built the long positions. Maybe utilized the current breakdown to reduce your positions, not for building or accumulating at current level. Even though the 1250 level may not be having a chance to provide support, only through the way of 1245 level, one can see the support is being taken or not. Until then, caution should be applied and sell on rise should be also followed. So thanks for your query. We can now conclude today's pre-market session and we will meet tomorrow as a final day in the 4th week of July. Kindly ensure stop loss on all transactions without fail. Wishing everyone to have a fortunate trade. Thank you.